Yeah, I mean, obviously, we got to look on the other side, and it's a breakaway. It squeaks through. Yeah.
That's a grind of a game. Maybe can you compare it to the first one in terms of just the tightness of it overall and how close it seems?
Yeah, I mean, every game is tight at this time of year. Two really good teams. So yeah, it's never going to be easy. So regroup and get ready for Game 3.
What are you seeing in that second period, Leon? Because it's the second time. They seem the long change seems to give you guys problems, especially if you get him in your own end there.
Yeah, I think we just lost our legs a little bit. Weren't as quick to recover pucks, and they're going to have their push, of course. So something to look at.
When you lose a game like this, it's such an emotional high and low. I guess you got 2 days to recover. I guess is that a good thing? I guess just
yeah. I mean, this time of year, it's you gotta move on. There's no time, and thinking about it too long. Obviously, it stings right now, but yeah, we have to move on.
I could ask you about that assist from Connor when on the carpet and walked around the whole team.
Yeah, I mean, it's one player in the world that can make that.
Up and down. We made some great plays, and they capitalized on some plays that we probably could have been there or whatever it is. And I mean, that's hockey. It's hockey. One mistake and that it gets magnified, and it did tonight.
When you score that late to tie a game and go into overtime, I'm wondering, do you carry momentum into overtime, or is the intermission there kind of reset everything?
You have to reset. You have to.
I mean, does it reset for everybody?
I mean, it resets for everybody. It's a next goal wins. It's but you can take some momentum. But we came in, we had to catch our breath and get ready for the overtime. And unfortunately, we didn't get that bounce.
Going in the second period, second time in a row. It seems like the long change is giving you guys problems getting hemmed in. What are you seeing in that second period that they took control of?
I think there was both ways. It was like that. That's hockey. It's a long change, and we talk about it all the time. You have them in, you roll the lines over and keep them tired, and that's the way we play. And they found a few shifts where they're going to do that as well. They're a great team, and so it's that's just hockey. One of those things.
You guys aren't a chip it on the glass and out team, so is that something?
Says who? Okay.
He says you guys like to keep the puck.
Well, yeah, I mean we do, but at the same time you have to read pressure sometimes. We are a team that likes the puck and move it and make plays and skate with it through the neutral zone. But at some points you have to chip it out.
These just a little bit tougher given. It's a long game. It's a late night. It's a grind, and to lose it, in double overtimes, it just make it a little bit tougher than push through.
I mean, we lost with 0.4 seconds left in the, whatever, a couple series ago. Those are tough. You go home. Yeah, you can think about it, but tomorrow you get some rest and get on the plane and be ready for Game 3. It's, they're a good team. Like I keep saying, they're a good team. They're going to push us to the max, and we're going to push them to the max. And yeah, it's frustrating right now, but we're in the final for a reason.
Stanley Cup final, but is this one cut pretty close to home, just the way things unfolded?
Yeah, we were able to win Game 1 in overtime, and they took the one today. So, I mean, it's hockey, 1-1.
Show how fine the line is in these games, Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
Yeah, I think so. It's very close out there. It's not a lot of room and ice out there, but I mean, we're battled back, scoring that goal, got some momentum, had some good chances in overtime as well as them. So it's a balance here and there.
John, the second period seems to be giving you guys trouble. Can you put your finger on maybe why? Is it the long change, or is it something else that?
I mean, you're never going to play a perfect 60 minutes. If it's in the first period, the third period, the second, I can't put a finger on it. But I think, like you said, if you control the puck most of the time in the second period, you're going to have fresh legs and have an easier way to change.
Yeah. So what's their forecheck like, and what do you have to do to counteract it?
Yeah, they're a big forecheck team. They're pinching hard as well, so I think we're doing a pretty good job though. we're coming back as 5. It's not just on the D to break out the puck. I think the forwards are doing a good job on the walls, and we're having a low center as well. So communication and coming back in the zone.
Kris Knoblauch said he doesn't like you guys chipping the puck out because it just comes back in. So I guess, in a situation where they're forechecking hard, how do you kind of combat that when you're puck possession?
Yeah, and I think that's maybe where they won the second period a bit. When you get tired, you chip it to a spot, and then they just keep flushing you. So I think it just comes to when you have a chance, you got to try to get that momentum first and get them on their heels a bit.
John, what do you make of all the traffic that they've had around Stu Skinner, and how do you kind of combat that without having them go on top of your goaltender?
Well, I mean, we know they have players that want to drive the net. So I think it comes to us trying to box out earlier. But I mean, we're trying to drive the net too. So I don't know. It's a tough question to answer, but I mean, they're a high shooting volume team, and if you are that, I guess they're bringing people to the net as well.
Does it matter how you lose in the playoffs? You just move on to the next game, or is this one?
Yeah, it's 1-1 now, so let's just move on.
John, how about Corey Perry's goal to send that one to overtime, and just the playoffs he's been having?
Yeah, I mean, I played with him before. He's a big clutch player. It's very impressive.
Playing playoff hockey, it's not easy on the body. In the 2 games in the final, you people are playing 9 periods. What will be the challenge physically?
I mean, I guess they're traveling tomorrow. We're traveling. I mean, I guess it's just even there. Try to get the rest, eat, sleep, hydrate.
Inspired the ultimate ending here, but it's kind of what it should be, really, based on how well and how good these 2 teams are that we're even heading back to Florida.
Yeah, each game could have went either way, and obviously when you win the first one, you're disappointed you don't follow up and win the second one. But we're going there with a split, and that's fine with us. We know we're comfortable playing on the road. We've won a lot of games so far in the regular season and playoffs, so we'll get ready for Game 3.
Stay on the left in the front.
Kris, 2 straight games, the second period's been a little bit rough. What have you seen in the second that you want to see improve specifically there?
Well, no, tonight it was puck execution. I know our passes weren't sharp. We gave away a lot of pucks, so if you can't make that first pass, you're stuck in the defensive zone. You might get it out to the neutral zone, but especially in the second period, if you just get it out to the neutral zone, you can't change, and then you get stuck. And that's, I think, what happened in the second period tonight. Just the execution wasn't what we needed. We got to execute a lot better. In the first and the third, I thought that part of our game was pretty sharp, but we got to make sure we do it for the full 60.
Right side, front row.
Hey, Kris, sorry, kind of in that same vein, how do you combat that? Because, the guy said that they got tired, then they start chipping the puck and it gets recycled. Is that just a matter of going to keep the puck?
That's second period. We're not tired in the second period. You're tired, I guess, if you get stuck out there and you can't make those changes. It's different in the third period or overtime. I thought our execution this overtime, we've got that same long change as we do in the second period as the first overtime period, and I don't think that was an issue. It was just in the second, it just wasn't what it should have been.
Stay on the right in the front.
Kris, on the winning, I wonder if there's anything you look at that. Tough hop and a good read there by Marchand.
Yeah, no, those counterattacks often happen. We're on attack. We get a great look. Yaki comes in there, takes a slap shot. Hits the net. We're celebrating, and then fortunately it comes around, and it's a difficult read, and everyone's going one direction. Now it's coming back the other way. It's just unfortunate that it worked out that way.
Left side, third row.
Kris, you've been asked about him all playoffs long, and for good reason, but Corey Perry just keeps coming up in big situations, and again tonight to force overtime with hardly any time left.
Yeah, no, he made a lot of good plays, and he capped it off in the end of the third period, about 30 seconds left or whatever it was to score there. But in the third period, he had a lot of opportunities, partial breakaway, low in front of the net a couple times. Determination, finding a way to find the puck, and then obviously putting it in the net. He's got a skill for that, and that's definitely what we're thinking about when we added him last year in the playoffs, or for last year for the run in the playoffs. He only had 1 goal last year, but we wanted, knowing that in the playoffs it's hard to score and you need guys around the net and finding ways, and he's as good as anybody finding ways to score.
Right side, third row.
Kris is over here. With how close this game was and how close you were to going up 2-0 in the series, how do you and your players not go to bed tonight having thoughts of, what if?
Yeah, there's going to be some disappointment, but we've had the mentality, no matter what happens, bad game, close game, overtime, heartbreaking, easy, whatever it is, we put it behind us and we have to get ready for the next one, because in the playoffs, things don't always go your way, and sometimes it works out in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. But I think we've been doing a pretty good job of responding and putting whatever happens, getting focused on the next game.